Hey guys, it's Jessica and welcome back to the Sugar Crystal Kitchen. Today I'm making a video for how to make this delicious fresh fruits and whipped cream cake because this was for Mother's Day and my brother's birthday, which happened to be on the same day, and this is a great cake for spring because it's so fresh and it's light and airy. So let's get started. For the sponge cake, begin by melting half a stick or 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Bring it to a boil. Off the heat, now add in 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and stir this until it forms a smooth dough ball. Now I just separated 4 egg whites and 4 egg yolks, but you will only be using 3 egg yolks. And also, I placed the dough into a separate glass bowl, and then I added in 2 tablespoons of whole milk and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I just mixed this all together. Now you just want to add in your egg yolks one at a time, and you want to make sure you whisk thoroughly after each addition. Now in a separate bowl, you have your 4 egg whites, and you want to beat this until they are frothy, and then you can add in some cream of tartar, about a 1/16 of a teaspoon. Once you can see it's nice and soft and it's forming soft peaks, add in your sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. You will need 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Then keep whisking until your meringue forms nice stiff peaks. And once they're nice and stiff, turn your mixer to low and beat so you can break up the big foam bubbles in there. Gently fold in your meringue 1/3 at a time because you do not want to break up the air that we incorporated into it. All our hard work will be gone and your sponge cake won't be so fluffy. Since the bowl of my egg yolk mixture was kind of small, I just poured all of the egg yolk sponge cake mixture back into the big meringue bowl and I folded it all together. Now I'm just preparing my baking pan. I have a 9-inch baking pan here that I lined with parchment paper. If you guys are interested in seeing how I did that, I can show you guys in another video. And then I just poured in all of my sponge cake batter into the pan, and I gave it a good tap to break up the big air bubbles inside. Now bake this off at 320 degrees Fahrenheit for 22 to 23 minutes until a toothpick inserted in comes out clean. Our sponge cake just came out of the oven, and what I did is I used a toothpick to check if it came out clean, then it's done. And then what you want to do is you want to flip the cake upside down and then cool it on a wire rack completely. Now onto the whipped cream, you want to whip up 2 cups of heavy whipping cream with a 1/3 cup of granulated sugar until it forms stiff peaks. When it begins forming soft peaks, just add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and keep beating. Now for the chocolate ganache, you'll need a 1/3 cup of chopped chocolate and also a 1/3 cup of heavy cream. And what you're going to do is you're going to pop it into the microwave for 1 minute and take it out and stir it until it combines and becomes nice and glossy. Now onto the simple syrup, you're just going to combine 1½ tablespoons of hot water with 1½ tablespoons of granulated sugar and mix until all the sugar dissolves completely. Now to put the cake together, you will need to cut up a bunch of fruits. I'm using strawberries and mangoes here. You could really use whatever fruits that you like and just slice them up. Here I just placed my sponge cake onto a cake turning table and I sliced it in half to give me 2 layers for the cake, and I'm soaking the bottom layer with some simple syrup. This just gives the cake some more sweetness and moisture because sponge cakes tend to have less flavor. And now I'm putting on some of that whipped cream and then spreading it out. Now I'm just placing all my fresh fruit right onto the cream. After that, put some more cream onto the fruit and cover all of the fruit completely. Now after that, just place the second layer of sponge cake on top and again soak it with the rest of your simple syrup. and dollop a bunch of that whipped cream onto the top, and we can begin to frost the cake. You want to begin by smoothing out the top so some of that cream falls over, and then you can just begin spreading it onto the sides. You will need quite a few layers to cover all of that sponge cake. You can no longer see any bits of sponge cake anywhere now, and you can see there's a lisp that forms over the edge of the cake. Use your offset spatula and simply glide over the surface to remove that excess cream. At this point, you can just pour all of that chocolate ganache onto your cake and then spread it out so that it just drips over the sides, and just let gravity do its thing. It looks beautiful that way. And here I just have a bunch of strawberries that I cut in half, and I'm just circling them around the cake, letting them lean over each other. And then I place some of that whipped cream into a piping bag with a round tip and pipe little dots all around the cake. After that, I just filled the center of the cake with some mangoes, blackberries, and a sliced kiwi. Now our cake is all done, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and this is very time consuming, but I tell you, if you make this, it is so worth it. So you guys should definitely tell me if you guys try this out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys!